NA power. Some of that NA life. Max boost 1.1 psi. If I pin the gates wide open, I can get 1.1 psi. It's actually still not bad. I might run Tanner with that. We'll see. So that was the bottom of the pan. There's just that one flake right there. Nothing too crazy in the bottom of this. I actually just poured the oil back in, so I might drain it one more time because I drove it 20 more miles and see if there's any additional metal. So you've reached the end of the road for this one. See if I can get this in the sun for you. It doesn't look to have any metal in the bottom of it. So, got to the passenger valve cover, and we're gonna take a look under this first. The rockers are all there. Everything looks as it should. Let's see if these are loose. All the rockers on this side are tight. This is the progress from yesterday. Pulled both valve covers. The problem doesn't look to be in the top end. Everything looked good. All the bolts were tight. One of the valve stem seals was pushed up, but I'm gonna keep going with this now and see if we can get this thing pulled out today. All right, we're all ready to extract this thing. I had to remove that box again. The radiator, which I found something that I'm not real excited to see. See if I can show you. First of all, there's a crack right here, which is causing this thing to move and flex. And I've put this condenser right up against that, and you can actually see it's worn through the tubes on the condenser. There we go. It's out. So we'll go over this thing here pretty soon. Maybe tomorrow I'll open it up, see what happened here. This engine, I threw it back together. I put rod bearings in it, and
that poor tube is small, isn't it, to get it in there?
Yeah, it is, man. It is. So my first reaction, what happened was I did a pull on the lowest power mode, and I turned it down even more. And I wrung it out to 6,300, and bam, I heard that sound on the way back down.
Yeah.
And then, well, I don't know if I heard it then, but then I turned it up, and I was like, all right, you know, because like when I took you for a ride, started out low, and I hit the second stage, and I brought it up to RPM, and I was about to hammer it, and I was like, wait a minute, what's that? That doesn't sound right. So I turned around and came back. My buddy Tony listened to it, and he's like, yeah, this motor's coming out. So, you know, I put 50,000 on it, but this was the first tank of E85 I put back in it on the season to actually beat on it. And when I took you for a rip, that was only like the second time it had been beat on. So I made it through 3/4 of a tank, and it blew up on the lowest power mode. That's what gets me. It wasn't even making any boost. It was just spinning fast.
Oh.
So, I guess it wasn't built for that, so I shouldn't have been doing that. I should have had the boost up.
As long as you've made it with the motor though, god dang. I mean, maybe it was just its time to go.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happened, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like I beat Tanner here. I'm gonna make an NA pass, or the closest I can get to it. I think it's probably gonna be a 15, but I've never raced it like this before. One pass on street tires. Damn it, missed second. Max of 0.1 pounds of boost. I think that was probably a 15. I have to be honest, I wasn't watching any of the gauges. Thank you. 15, 8 at 89. 2.4 60 foot. Oh man. I think it would go 15.5 if I had it. 4,220 pounds. So we're gonna take the topper off. .4. What the hell? That was terrible.